Hi there folks, my name's NovaWing24 and welcome to the NovaWrap, your weekly summation for all the simulation release news and goings on from the week that was. Alright, so here we are, Sunday, October 2, 2016. We're going to get jump straight into it this week with some big machines. So this is a new title from the guys over at Playaway Simulations, developed by Code Horizon. This is Giant Machines 2017. Now this has got a quirky little thing. So these guys have sort of produced something very interesting. It on the surface, it seems like it's one of those, just another sim things. There's a simulation for everything these days. And on the surface, it kind of seems like that. But I'm kind of intrigued a bit more about this one. It's a fairly low entry level, like sort of cost point entry point for this one. And you do get, a reasonable number of machines to actually deal with it. You get 7 machines, and these are giant machines. Like, these are huge, like cutters and digging machines and the stuff that, when you're growing up, you sort of see and go, how is it possible that these things even exist? But beyond that, they've actually done it with a story. Shock horror, like an actual single player story, like a linked campaign, which isn't just a set of like random scenarios that are all sort of just lumped together to sort of show off this is what we made. No, it actually goes through with 14 different missions. With actually the idea of getting the space shuttle flying again and getting it to into orbit to help out the International Space Station. So kind of cool, kind of interesting sort of little premise to that as well. So I'm kind of interested a bit more by this. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool, pretty different. I know they had some early issues, which has resulted in a couple of patches very shortly after the release this week. So, but it's all patched up now, and apparently it looks like it's doing quite well. Really impressive looking, as I said. Like some of the like interior modeling of the vehicles looks a bit basic. But at the same time, these are simple controls in these vehicles. They're just, giantly huge. So yeah, this could be a really interesting one, and something that I'm hoping will actually sort of set a little bit of a standard to go, you know what, you can actually have a storyline with these things. So yeah, I'll be intrigued to try this one out. Look for this one coming soon. So they're available now on Steam for introductory price for the first week of release, available now for $16 or your regional equivalent. After the launch special, we'll be going up to the normal price of $20, available now on Steam. Alrighty, we're going to stay on ground level for now with a couple of some more other new releases into more sort of add-on and extra expansion releases this week. So this week we're going to continue on with OMSI 2 with the Man City Bus series. So the City Bus series is basically a family of 4 different buses from the City Bus to the Lion City series. Very familiar around Germany and Europe. Essentially, they come with forward sort of different versions. You've got the A20, the A21, the giant articulated 223, and the 15-meter version of the standard one, the A26. So, it's... Yeah, as I said, if you're into driving buses around, this is going to be like looks like a fairly nifty little add-on to your fleet. So yeah, fully compatible with that and fully licensed by MAN as well, which is kind of pretty cool. And again, they've kept up what they've done with their other releases as well, which says full compatibility and a full paint kit is available, along with realistic sounds, model animations, and of course the modular concept, so you can actually go through and customize a lot of things about these vehicles. So yeah, developed by Christian Roller and published through Airsoft. Available now either through Steam or available from the Airsoft website directly, or your favorite simulation retail online store. Available now for around about $20, give or take, and your regional equivalent. And as I said, yeah, if you're into your driving buses around, these look like they're modeled pretty damn spectacularly, with some pretty impressive livery. So there you go, looking quite nice. Yes, available now for your bus driving simulation pleasure. Alright, staying again on ground level. So we've got the Train Simulator World. So we've got a couple of add-ons have been released this week for this time. So this is from from their TS Marketplace, sort of saying, basically requiring extra add-ons, add-ons that are already in your family for this one. So the first one is a livery pack for the EWS Class 58. So it gives you three different sets of liveries for the Class 58 locomotive add-on. So you do need to have the BR Class 58 Loco add-on already installed, like in perfect for you to be able to get the benefit of this one. And it goes through the English, Welsh, and Scottish Company following the privatisation of the British Rail Network in the 1990s. So it gives you an interesting little sort of new colour schemes in the post-privatisation era of the British Railways history from the 1990s. So yeah, not a new model or anything like that, but it does just give you three new liveries of the EWNS, and when it's later when it was just EWS Company, and also one with the higher stripe markings as well. So if you're wanting to have a bit more variety to the color schemes of your BR Class 58, then this is available for you for $5 or your regional equivalent on Steam. Alright, as I said, there is another release for the Train Simulation World this week. So this is another one of their scenario packs. So recently we have seen a few scenario packs starting to make their way out as official releases and not just workshop releases. So this comes from the stables of High Iron Simulations. Now this pack again, like we've seen with other of the scenario packs that Dovetail have released for the Train Simulator family, it does require quite a few add-ons to be able to get the full experience. This one, so you do get 10 career scenarios for this pack. So it just gives you some incredible wide variety of actual things to do, whether you could be doing passenger runs, you could be doing high-speed passenger runs, you could be doing low. I was about to say low and slow. Yeah, well, railways are always low, aren't they? But you sort of leisurely sort of routes for sort of tourists. You can do all stops ones. You can do freight hauling. You can do sort of shuffling around the yards as well. So there's a lot of variety included with these 10 scenarios. However, you do require, at bare minimum, you do require the New York New Haven route add-on to be purchased, and some of them do require additional locomotive ones as well. So the Kawasaki M8 and the General Electric P32AC. So yeah, if you want to be able to use all 10 of the scenarios that you do get with this pack, be aware you do have to have some extra DLC, some extra add-ons already installed in your and available to your train simulator in order for you to be able to make the most of it. So yes, available now for $10. So $1 a scenario, not too bad if you've already got the fleet. If you're going to need to buy the fleet as well, well, again, train simulator, be very interesting to see how you go with that. So yes, available now on Steam. Alright, so okay, we're going to go to this one now. I'm putting this in because it perplexes the hell out of me. I'm assuming that this is like the developer does sort of put it through as it is done as a bit of a tongue-in-cheek style, which is cool. Still kind of disturbing, but there you go. Anyway, so this is Make America Great Again, the Trump Presidency. Can I just say that's disturbing? Anyway, again, I've said it before, guys, but just FYI for all my American viewers, FYI, the rest of the world is sitting back watching you guys. Like, they've kicked back with the popcorn and just watching the reality TV show that is American politics. It's highly entertaining for the rest of the world. Anyway, cool story. For random things, go to www.abc.net.au and search Planet America just for the lols. Anyway, moving on. So this is a bit of a tongue-in-cheek simulation where one of the most popular user-defined tags for this on Steam is psychological horror. Just throwing it out there. Anyway, it's meme-filled. It is cliche-ridden about you building the wall, defeating ISIS, and making trade deals throughout the world. So yeah, only get this. It's $3. Only get this if you've got a sense of humor, please. Just yeah, for a sense of humor, it's interesting. Anyway, yeah. So available now. Kind of cool. Very topical. Very interesting. But yeah, it does have some real world influences as well. But yeah, kind of interesting, bizarre, messed up. I had to put it in. I had to. Ah. Anyway, moving along very rapidly. All right, let's move on into the world of flight simulation, which is of course the thing that I personally love the most. All right, in aircraft releases this week. So we're Just Flight. Just Flight came out with their long-awaited BAC 111 3, 4, and 500 series. So this is looking pretty damn slick. So this has been in development for a really long time, and I'm reasonably sure it's from the Airplane Heaven guys in the background, I think. But yeah, it is looking absolutely stunning. Now it is on as available for a introductory price at the moment for $30 US, £20, $30 US, but it will jump up to its normal price of £25 or $38 US come the 10th of October. So you've still got a week or so to be able to pick it up an early thing. Look, the BAC 111 was a bit of a unfortunately, it sort of really surmises a lot of the history of British aviation in the post-war world, where British aviation sort of came in at just the wrong time. It was either just too far ahead of the curve, or just slightly too far in front, or just slightly too far behind the curve. So the BAC 111 was going to be the really major breakthrough in terms of jet passenger travel. And then, as it came into service, almost at the exact time it came into service, the DC-9, and within a year, the 737 made its debut into the world market. So it ended up becoming a bit caught up by the times. But yeah, it still served a very important role, and flew right into, and still flies today in certain parts of the world. Was flying in Europe all the way through up until 2012, admittedly as a military version in 2012. But yeah, it's definitely an iconic part of British aviation history. With the Rolls-Royce Spey engines, which are just insanely loud. One thing about Rolls-Royce engines is that they're incredible engines, incredible history of a company, and insanely loud. But yes, so looks incredibly detailed. Amazing amount of detail has gone into the animations and this aircraft. Beautiful modeling has been done on both internally and externally. It looks very, very amazing. It really does. So it's been, as I said, it's been long awaited, and I think it is actually very much so, very much an aircraft that has been worth the wait. But yeah, you get, as I said, included in this pack is it's a one catch-all. So all the ESP platforms are supported. So FSX Steam, P3D versions 1 through 3 are all supported with the same purchase, and you do get three different versions of the three different main versions of the aircraft with some sub-variants as well. You get the 300, 400, and 500 series with their both their aftermarket hush kits to make them comply with the stricter and stricter European air operating laws in sort of built-up areas, along with some that had their own inbuilt air stairs to allow them to operate away from gates. So there you go. Incredible detail to cockpit, as well as with all the gauges and beautiful bait textures in there as well as a fully detailed setup for the flight model and the avionics model to make sure that you can do your full cold and dark starts. So yeah, just looking insane, looking impressive. Available now from Just Flight or from your favorite flight sim retailer. Alright, continuing on in release this week. So another aircraft release this week. So we've got the Relabori? I think that's how I'm pronouncing the developer. But they've brought a beautiful example of early 20th century French design to the ESP world in the form of the Dewantine D551. So this was essentially the French answer to the Spitfire, the Hurricane, and the Messerschmitt 109. It was actually a very effective. It was a reasonably effective fighter. Actually, it wasn't that. A lot of people sort of poo-poo French designs during the Second World War, but it actually looks it actually did perform reasonably well and was very well respected, and actually did operate across in multiple countries both before, during, and after the war. So there you go, quite interesting. Anyway, but we do have it now beautifully modelled, a 1940s 1940 variant of it, along with so you get a classic 1940 variant of it. You also get a modernised Warbird variant with some modern avionics as well. You get some beautiful high definition liveries with this one, both historically accurate ones and sort of some more modern liveries as well. Looking pretty impressive. I'm actually glad that this aircraft's been released, because I think that it sometimes gets overlooked in the history books when it comes to being overlooked by things like the Spitfire and the Mustang. So yeah, it's great to see this aircraft make its way into our virtual skies. It really does. But yes, available now from your favorite flight sim retailer for around about 20 US dollars, or your regional equivalent. Available now. Oh, and before I forget there, it is fully compatible with all the ESP platforms, so FSX, FSX Steam, and Lockheed Martin Superb 3D versions 1 through 3. So yes, all encompassing one for this one. Alright, that brings me on to the next one. So in last week's news, we talked about Flight 1 gauges, and I went on quite the rant about how I think that it was disgusting that they would actually do it with, separating out FSX P3D and charging you like a wounded bull for those. And I made mention of the fact that we hadn't seen Reality XP come out with anything new for a while. And lo and behold, guess what? They've just come out with 2 brand new products this week. So they have released their latest release is the GTN 650 and 750. And they've done something weird. So cool story. The cool part of this, especially for you X-Plane users out there, currently it is only available for you. You are the only people the only simmers that can actually enjoy the beautifully modeled GTN 750 and 650 from Reality XP, because it is only available for X-Plane, but with a catch. It's only compatible with X-Plane 9 and 10 32-bit editions, not 64. This is where I started asking questions of like, what the hell? So they've rolled it out 32-bit version only. They are going to roll out a free update for the 64-bit compatibility, but it's like pretty sure everybody who's running at least X-Plane 10 is running it in 64-bit these days. Don't actually know anyone who's still running it in 32-bit. Just gonna throw it out there. So very weird for that one. That was the first thing. So the fact that they've essentially released an incomplete product was like, okay, cool story. What the hell? Anyway, that they have confirmed that for those who do use the ESP platform, so FSX and P3D in all their variants, we are having a version is coming out for us eventually. Not sure when, no idea about pricing, but coming out there. So, given the fact that it's sold through Flight 1, and when I saw the prices of this, I started getting a little bit concerned. Alright, so here's the pricing. You pay $50 per panel. So, again, this is just for X-Plane at the moment, and yes, it does work with X-Plane 9 and 10, 32-bit, and eventually, whenever they finish the update, 64-bit. So far, they're already slightly ahead of Flight 1, but we're talking $50 per unit. So, and again, most aircraft would have both the 750 and the 650 fitted, so we're talking $100 to get it fitted for one aircraft. Hey, that's expensive. That's really insane. And as I said, I'm concerned for the future, given Flight 1's sort of establishment of what they've done with their latest release, that we're going to end up seeing an FSX and P3D of, again, $50, $100 a pop per simulator platform. I mean, I don't know this. I don't know, because it's not actually, as I said, they're not available yet, and there's no ETA on when they're coming. But yeah, the precedent's now been set by Flight 1, so yeah, concerning. Anyway, but If you are an X-Plane user, X-Plane 32-bit user, and you do want to add these beautiful GTN units, which have been fully up to date, and it looks like they have, either at the very least, got a lot of help from Garmin. So yeah, the fact that it is compatible and usable with the Garmin training software, yeah, looking pretty damn slick for that one. But as I said, yeah, just the cost, just yeah, intrigues me. Anyway, so yes, available now from the Reality XP's new website, reality-xp.com. Alright, moving away for some other releases in the flight simulation world this week. So we've got a few scenery releases came out as well in the week that was. So the first one was from the Just Sim guys. Seriously, they're pushing the stuff out at the moment and still coming out as, reasonably good looking quality stuff here. So yeah, it's still, I mean, it's this time they've come out with Klagenfurt Worthsey, or Lima Oscar Whiskey Kilo. So yeah, looking to be pretty interesting, this one as well. As I said, the quality of Just Sim is pretty high. It's pretty good, and it's reasonably well costed as well. So yeah, they've gone through, and again, what they've done is they've covered a huge area around, looking like about 100 or so square kilometers around the airport, as well as the airport itself, including making sure that there's over 45,000 objects, 15,000 custom placed autogen buildings for the area. So it's looking pretty damn impressive, and very customized buildings for the cities surrounding the airport as well as the airport itself. So yeah, again, I like to see when developers do some attention to detail like this and actually make it more of an experience and not just going to the airport. So yes, down there, looking very good, and as I said, fully compatible with, and this one is fully compatible across the ESP range as well. Not sure if we're going to see an X-Plane version. I don't know if these guys actually do much in the way of X-Plane, but yes, at the moment though, yes, just for that, complete with leveraging off some of the new P3D version 3 features, such as actually bringing back in rain and glass reflections as well. So it's pretty cool to see those there, and they have ensured that it is compatible with default as well as FTX Global and OpenLC and Vector as well. So nice to see. Available now from your favorite flight sim retailer. Alright, rounding out the release news of this week, so the guys over at Flight Scene. So Flight Scene have been around for a while, but we haven't heard from them much lately. So they've come back with a vengeance with their new package, so the Tahiti and the Society Islands. So an island chain in the South Pacific, an absolutely beautiful, idyllic place to go and visit. Yeah, it is absolutely amazing to go and visit. Now brought to you in absolutely stunning photoreal detail for your ESP range of platforms, both again compatible with the whole range out of the box, no having to buy a second copy just for a different sim. Comes with some beautiful, amazing photoreal and a custom mesh, as well as doing so all 14 islands, also not all but 14 of the main islands have been covered, and 9 airports have also been included as well. So they've even, as I said, this is great for this as like a mini region, because it's even covered off, and they've made sure that the beautiful rendition of their mesh and their photoreal and the high resolution textures and everything have been done on not just where the airports are, but also on other islands that you will fly over, and just as well, and actually to be able to enjoy it as well. Not only that, they've got seasonal photoreal as well as night lighting customized photoreal as well. So really impressive. Lots of cool stuff have been done with that one as well. They've thrown in a couple of little bonuses as well here and there, including animated hangar doors at a couple of the airports, as well as, and this is the part I was kind of intrigued and kind of cool, and I thought was really kind of cool, is AI boat traffic has been included here as well. So not just AI aircraft traffic, but AI boat traffic is included in this as well. That's really cool. I quite like that. So yeah, nice touch with that. From the screenshots, it's looking absolutely stunning, and again, a great place to fly, both in the real world and now in your sim. As I said, available now from your favorite flight sim retailer for around about $35 or your regional equivalent. Alright, now that does round out the release news for this week, but I do want to just stop for a moment with a bit of sad news this week. It seems that 2016 is again done its thing with taking some great names from our world. Sadly, developer, an amazing artist, and as well as scenery developer, Vlad Mali, has sadly passed away this week. He lost a battle with cancer, and it's very sad that we've lost another great from our community, who gave so much to our community. He took such joy and pleasure from his own antics inside of simulation, as well as all of us actually partaking in some of his creations. He's in the simulation world. He's known for 5 airport releases, all through ORBX, including a couple of freeware airports, so High River Regional and Claresholm Industrial, as well as 3 payware projects as well. So two in Canada, Airdrie Airpark, Parry Sound Airport, and one back in his native Czechoslovakia as well, so the Horovice Airport. Yeah, so as I said, it's sad. It's a sad and tragic loss to our community as a whole. But I suppose it's great that his work and his passion for our simulation world will actually live on through his work. So Vlad, thank you very much for all your efforts, and clear skies, sir. And yes, thank you very much. Alrighty. Well, folks, that does wrap up the NovaWrap for this week. Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these videos and want to see more. And, of course, as always, don't forget, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright, folks, thanks very much for your time today. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.